Hey guys, what's going on? Mike the Caveman here again from Paleo Problem Long Island and MikeTheCaveman.com. And today's question is, why would you be healthier in the Walking Dead universe?
I'm the caveman.
And the answer is stress, lifestyle, and the microbiome. What? That's right. Even though you would be under constant threat of being eaten by a walker or killed by another human, you would still likely be healthier overall because you wouldn't be plagued by the more common everyday problems we deal with. In terms of stress, you would be less exposed to small but chronic everyday stresses, things like work, the bills, but rather you'd have more exposure to acute, intermittent, but high-intensity stresses. We've talked about it before, but that is what we are adapted to. We are adapted to running away from a lion. So, running away from a walker really isn't that different. Short, acute, high-intensity stresses, followed by long periods of relaxation. That is our evolutionary model, and not that dissimilar from complaints a lot of people have about episodes of The Walking Dead. In terms of lifestyle, they get plenty of sun exposure and fresh air. They gain lots of movement, but they're not just cardio bunnies on a treadmill. They actually eat real food. They eat it seasonally, and they even get a little bit of intermittent fasting in. Now, of course, that's with the caveat that they occasionally find a cache of canned goods, but bear with me. And yes, wild-caught squirrel does count as a real food. But where things really get interesting is with respect to the hygiene hypothesis. Now, we've talked about that concept before, but as a society, we have become overly hygienic. We disinfect everything. We take antibiotics at the slightest hint of a sniffle. And kids learn how to use an iPad before they learn how to ride a bike. We simply don't get exposed to nature that often. Yet, we are still beholden to chronic infections and, more importantly, allergies and autoimmune conditions. Yet, if we look at the world of The Walking Dead, with the exception of the flu outbreak, and bad call on the antibiotics, Herschel. I mean, it worked for Glenn, so I guess we're okay, but whatever. We got him a little longer. But besides that, Andrea's cold, and Tina and her diabetes, immune dysregulation is pretty much absent in that universe. Why? Because their microbiomes aren't getting constantly trashed by poor nutrition, environmental toxins, and prescription medications. And they actually get out into the world. That flu only became a problem because of the artificially created tight quarters of that prison. Tangentially related small side note, there is no walker infection in the sense that when you get bit, it gets transmitted to you. But rather what happens, there is a toxic cocktail of bacteria, fungi, and other microbes in the walker's saliva that gets injected into a gaping wound, with the subsequent septic shock that kills the people in the end. Direct transmission into the bloodstream is not a normal microbial exposure method for humans. That's why infections are so common, and it's kind of why I have a problem with vaccines in their current form. So, your biggest takeaways are that yes, you likely would be healthier in the Walking Dead universe. Fortunately, you don't have to actually wait for the zombie apocalypse to actually start making changes, prioritizing your health, to start incorporating those nutrition and lifestyle factors. Actually, get in the sun, get moving, get out in nature, get exposed to those bacteria. We need them. Actually manage your stress and do not sweat the small bullshit. Eat real, quality foods, ones that are fresh, ideally local and seasonal. And provided your stress load isn't too high, your allostatic load isn't too high, consider some intermittent fasting as well. But if you want some more information on how we can use stress to our advantage, whether or not we actually are too hygienic, how your stuffy nose may have caused your health conditions, or whether or not you should actually be getting vaccines, take a look at these videos over here. Either way, hopefully you enjoyed this. Hopefully it helped you out, maybe. Who knows? Either way, you know what to do. Like and subscribe down below. Share it with your friends. Head over to Instagram and Twitter and follow me at Mike the Caveman, over on Facebook at Paleo Problem Long Island, and of course, over on MikeTheCaveman.com. That being said, have a wonderful rest of your day. Don't wait for the zombie apocalypse to actually start getting healthy, and I'll see you tomorrow. The fact of the matter is, raw, organic, grass-fed, pasture-raised, not